Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. I'm just me, Marleen, and I'm delighted you could join me. For today's video, I really just want to talk a little bit about how style and fashion, learning to take better care of myself physically as well as mentally, helped me recover in my depression. A bit of backstory, I got depression when I was about 6 or 7 months pregnant with my youngest, who will be turning 10 this summer. And over the next 2 years, I got into a really bad state. I was a level 5, early level 5 in depression. That means that I started having suicidal talks. I had it really bad. In my case, I got help from a psychiatric nurse. He came out to my house and I spoke to him. He was referred to me by my doctor, who very kindly and very quickly took action when I asked for help. I was one of the very lucky ones, and I did get help immediately, so I was very lucky. But over a couple of sessions where he was here at the house talking to me, we were chatting away, and he gave me some tools that I could work with. One of the tools he gave me was starting writing down how I was feeling every day. And I remember one of the things he said was, be honest. He says, it doesn't matter what you tell everybody else, but be honest with yourself. So another tip he gave me ties in with writing, was to talk. He gave me some tips and idea on how I could start a conversation with my husband and with my family and my loved ones, my friends, and tell them what was going on. In my case, I had hit my depression. I told no one. And to this day, people are still surprised when they discover that I suffer from severe depression. I no longer suffer from that severe depression. Another tool he gave me was to go and get fresh air. Fresh air was something that I had kind of neglected for a long time. Just shortly after I had my baby, I ended up, I don't know what I did, but I got an injury to both of my feet. And unfortunately, I still have those injuries in my feet. And other injuries has come along since. But getting out into the fresh air, I had stopped doing that because of the pain that I was feeling in my feet. So I simply just stopped walking. And that walking at the time was the only exercise that I was kind of getting. So that ties in with the next bit, to get exercise. Getting exercise, when you are, I think for most of us actually, when you have depression, most things is overwhelming to you. Most things you just don't really want to engage in because it's too much hard work. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to walk around all day pretending you're okay. So for me, exercise had gone completely off the radar. And at first, when he was telling me these tools, I kind of bristled a bit and I was like, oh no, I don't have time for this. One of the most important things that I realized after the talks that I had with the nurse was that he wasn't telling me what to do. He was giving me the tools to help myself. He wasn't trying to fix me. He wasn't trying to tell me that, oh, you can do this, blah, 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 blah. He gave me the tools and the resources for me to do what I had to do to get better. That is really the key words I want to get through here. No one in this world can fix your depression. No one in this world can take the pain away from you. Only you can do it. Once I realized this was up to me, it was my life, it was my happiness, that's when the pieces started to click into place. So for me, I started searching for inspiration, and I was quite late joining Facebook and social media and all these sort of stuff. I hadn't had it very long at that time. So I didn't really kind of use it. It took me a long time to start being honest online about it. But when I started posting, even just like little quotes and little snippets of my life and of having depression and all these sort of things, I kind of noticed how many people were commenting and liking my post. And then I kind of got spurred on and thinking, oh, hold on. And then the more I wrote, the more people kind of came forward and said to me, oh my God, I feel this way too. So it made me realize I wasn't so alone. And as I say, this has been a process over many, many years. This did not just happen within a year, within a couple of months. No, we are talking years. Everything happened in stages for me. I added exercise. I started walking again. I joined a walking club, and I started seeking medical treatment for my feet. Although it still hasn't worked, I did learn a lot along the way. And I can now manage the pain. I know how to deal with it now, even though the pain is still there. I found an exercise that I'm crazy for. I do martial arts. My kids have done martial arts many years, and I had spent many years sitting on the sideline watching my children. But one day the guys were kind of pushing and saying, come on, Marleen, you get on the mat, it's your turn. And I joined, and oh God, I don't think I've ever been so nervous in my life, but I did it. And I have discovered a love for exercise that I had completely forgotten existed. That spurred me on to then start joining the gym because I wanted to get stronger in my body so I could do martial arts better. Can you see the building blocks I've got going here? With that, I then kind of started feeling better on the inside, but I still kind of wasn't feeling beautiful. I wasn't feeling attractive, and I sure as hell wasn't feeling sexy. I wanted to be attractive for my husband. I wanted to feel good when I looked in the mirror because it's something that I've never done. I've been oversized. I've been plus size. Oh God, how long? I probably started gaining weight when I was about 15 or 16. And obviously it shows that I have a problem with food because it's calories in versus calories out. But there's obviously a lot of layers to that aspect of my life as well. And I haven't quite cracked that code yet. Maybe someday I'll crack that code. But learning to look after my mental health then made me look after my body, which in turn made me wanting to take better care of myself. As I said earlier on, I started looking for inspiration for things that would make me feel better and more positive, and maybe even feeling that I was inspiring other people to join me on this journey because so many people was feeling the same. And I heard a tip somewhere, I think she was a stylist, and she said, clear out your closet. Go into your wardrobe or open your wardrobe, whichever size you have, and clear out and get rid of anything that's too small, too big, you don't wear it, it's stained or discolored or whatever. There's all those pieces that aren't complete tip-top shape. Get rid. And it was a huge daunting process at first. And I thought, I can never do this. Oh my God, it's just too bad. I had so much clothes because I had been bigger. I had so much clothes because I'd been a lot smaller. I gained a lot of weight while I was depressed. So I had all these clothes in my wardrobe and I didn't have the heart to get rid of them. But when I did, I tell you, oh my God, the relief of getting rid was unbelievable. I must have cleared 4 or 5 black bin bags from my wardrobe alone. Once I realized the release of clearing out my wardrobe and clearing out the clutter, it was a new lease of life. Totally new lease of life. And that's when I started exploring this whole kind of thing of styling and dressing nicer and just taking better care of myself. So the wardrobe was cleared. With that, I realized how many gaps I actually had in my wardrobes, because I think I was down to having like 2 pair of jeans that actually fitted, that I felt comfortable in. I don't think I owned a single basic t-shirt because I don't really wear basic t-shirts a lot. It's something new I've added to my wardrobe, but that's only just in the last few months I've added that. I had very few things left, and I didn't have anything kind of practical because I tend to just kind of wear whatever strap top I had and then I threw a cardigan over it because I kind of felt that would hide my bulk. Bottom line is, I didn't really have a lot of pieces in my wardrobe that made me feel good. I didn't have a lot of pieces that I put on and instantly thought, oh, that's good. I know I look good in this. So slowly I started adding to my wardrobe. Obviously, it was an investment to do so because, it takes money to do these things. But slowly I just started finding pieces that I loved. I naturally changed the way I was shopping. I started only really buying items that I knew I loved, knew that I could fit, meaning I go into the dressing room and try things on before I buy them. If I buy things online, I know that I might have to pay for a return postage, but that was just a price I was willing to pay to get and build up a wardrobe that I was happy with and proud of. A bit later, I started a makeup course. It was just an online kind of thing. There was no diploma with it or anything. There was just like a congratulation kind of diploma at the end of it, that you completed the course and, you know, you done well. But it was just an online thing, so you just had to practice yourself at home. I had worn the same makeup since I was 13 and started wearing makeup. I pretty much still wore the same kind of makeup up until about a year and a half ago. Maybe even just a year. Yeah, I don't even know when I finished the course. Playing with makeup and wearing eyeshadow like I do now today and have a little bit on my lips and stuff. I never did it before. But again, it was another layer in me feeling better about myself. So yeah, I don't tend to wear makeup all that terribly much. But here during the lockdown, I've really enjoyed practicing more and having more fun with it. I've cleared out my makeup drawers by sitting trying on 700 different foundations that I picked up. So I had fun with it, and I have fun with it now, and I enjoy it. I also practice on my daughter, my eldest daughter, she's 16, so I practice makeup on her. She's not really into makeup. She doesn't bother much with it at all, but she does enjoy when I doll her up a wee bit, even if we're not going anywhere. So as I said, like a gazillion times now, it's all layers of what I'm kind of doing. It's all stepping stones in recovering and getting better. But the thing that did it the most for me was when I started exploring fashion and style. I'm not really into fashion as such. I'm not really the kind of person that follow the trends. I'm 43. I don't really need to be trendy. I really don't. What I do want to do is to know that I look good and I feel good in what I wear. I kind of work with the bits I've been blessed with, and I try my best with that. When I buy a new dress or something like that, I like showing it off, and I like showing people that, you know what, even at my age, that we can still look good, we can still be trendy, we can still have fun with fashion and clothes. But most important, I just want to show people that just because you're a certain age, just because you're a certain size, does not mean to say that we have to dress a certain way. Finding things in your life that makes you happy, that you enjoy doing. Like for me, it was finding jiu-jitsu. That's nearly 4 years ago. And I think I was already in a good place when I found jiu-jitsu, but adding jiu-jitsu to my life was definitely, that really spurred me on. And it definitely, and my husband says so as well. He said that's when you could really see that old Marleen coming back out again. But starting jiu-jitsu and all the fears and worries, anxiety that even to this day I still have connected with it. I'm going into a man's world as often the only woman. Going in there, I wanted so bad. It spurred me on to then go to the gym to get stronger. That spurred me on to eating healthier, because I need to eat healthier in order to get fitter and stronger. And although it's a slow process, especially the food side of it, that's definitely my biggest battle, and it's an ongoing battle. But just because there's battles ahead of you and just because you have obstacles in your way, it does not mean to say that you cannot win the fight. For me, working every single day to be fitter and to be healthier and to be a better me, that's why I do as I do. And that's how adding all these layers and all these different kind of things that I do in my life, it's all so I can be a better role model for my children. So all in all, my mental health is very much tied into what I do with my clothes and my style. It's because I want to prove and show, most importantly myself, that I'm worth it. I want to show myself that just because I'm a size 24, UK size 24, does not mean to say that I'm not worth it. It does not mean that just because I'm big, that I'm not just as worthy as everybody else. regardless of anybody's size. I always say, one of my favorite quotes is not the size of your jeans, it's the size of your heart. And I truly believe that, because I am not anything less of any kind just because my jeans are bigger than yours or anybody else's. And I am surely hell no better than anyone who wears a pair of jeans that's larger than mine. I want to hopefully be an inspiration to someone sitting at home, maybe someone who doesn't feel the best, knowing that even something as simple as putting on a nice outfit for the day can actually make a hell of a difference in your life. And it's kind of like faking it till you make it. But I genuinely believe it works. But you have to be willing, going back to the mental health, if you want to get better from mental health, you have to work on it. If you want to feel better about yourself, you have to work on it. There is no one in this world who can make you feel better. There is people in this world who can help you and support you. And lucky enough, in most places of the world, there is plenty of support in place. But if, like me, when I was sick, I didn't have a blooming clue how much support there was out there. And that for me is where YouTube came in. I was watching something one day and boom, there was another plus size girl. And I was like, oh, really? And then I realized that there was actually an entire plus size community on YouTube that could help lift me up and inspire me to be a better me. When I started searching for them, I did realize that there wasn't a lot that has my body shape. I am a large apple. Basically, I'm kind of round. And there's most definitely not a lot of people doing what I do on YouTube. There isn't a lot of 43-year-old that's standing, and I'm going to be showing a lot of clothes. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to do a lot of styling. I want to inspire. And there's not a lot of people my age that do that. Hopefully it's just because the algorithms means that I don't really see it, even though I search for it. I don't know. But I definitely think there's a space for all of us. And I'm hoping that I can help inspire somebody else who may be feeling a little bit low about themselves. Whew, that was a long ramble. But anyway, with all that said, I think my next video will be in a couple of days' time. Me and Emma has been styling some clothes for me, a couple of outfits. So I think I'll be dropping that video in a couple of days' time. It's not quite edited yet. I'm a bit slow at this editing. But I'll definitely be starting to share some more of my outfits and my styling ideas. And I hope you'll come back for that, because I sure as hell enjoy shooting these videos. I'm starting to get used to being in front of the camera. So anyway, with all that rambling said and done, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you come back for more. If you do enjoy what I've talked about so far, please hit that like button and press the subscribe button while you're at it, will you please? It'll definitely help me set me on the map so I can help somebody else. But listen, thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.